Yes, sir.
Let's
The
go.
Pauly D, son.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Mr. E
go.
Dog.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
Dude,
Dude, that's been a minute.
dude. I haven't seen you in so long. Like too long. We gotta kick it soon. It's been a minute, dude.
Dude, that's why I was asking you how long you moved to Marietta, because that's why I feel like I don't think I ever
Yeah.
went to your crib over there. I know I saw you
No,
when you lived like Duluth,
I think
for
I've
sure.
been to yours since I've moved here, but I want to say it was like once or twice, maybe.
Yeah, you came and scooped that
Um,
symbol,
Him to scoop that symbol. Yes,
and
that's
then
right.
then I
I
met
still
you. I
have
had you
that,
meet
dude.
us at that stupid ass Walmart, bro. The sketch
Oh,
Walmart when I let you borrow some hi-hats for and something else, I think, for a recording
that's right.
session.
Because you were with Five Star, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
I
think
remember
you were in
being.
Marietta by then though.
I think I was. Yeah. So okay. So
That's
probably
why
yeah,
I'm
it's
trying to
probably
figure out
been
that timeline.
probably 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that Walmart. Oh my God, bro. Yeah. So your corporate stuff, where do they have y'all meet up, bro?
Dude, we don't. It's funny. It's like the company I'm playing with has got like it's more like a pool of musicians rather than like a set band. So
Okay.
there's like sometimes five different bands out in the same night under that name. Um,
That's cool.
so yeah, but it's funny because I live with Jordan, and I lived with Zach, but Zach moved out. But anyway, the three of us were all in that band, so we would just drive from our house,
Oh, that's
like,
sick.
and just like leave there. So we didn't really
Yeah.
have a meetup, and
That's badass though. Pull off with the
yeah,
boys and hey.
yeah, dude. And usually we didn't have to leave until like 11 because we're driving 2 hours to whatever, but we're leaving from the house, and then the rest of the band is booked out like from wherever we're playing,
Right.
you know. So that makes it pretty easy. There's no 6 a.m. bullshit band meetup. you
Uh,
know? Yeah.
yeah. That shit gets old, especially if you play the night before.
Dude, that's
I
the
did
thing
that
that's
too many times.
that's brutal. Cause
Oh, it
I
is,
yeah,
bro.
luckily we do like, I mean sometimes we'll do a weekender, but it's like we have an Airbnb somewhere.
That's
So
sick.
usually it's like, you know, it's one night, and we're getting home late, but it's one night. It's like 11 a.m. to 3 in the morning, for the
Yeah.
full day, But
That's generally what it always was since like all these bands I ever played in. I mean, sometimes we play Atlanta, but like, bro, few and far between. Like
same.
way too. So it was always Alabama, especially
Dude,
Five Star. We were the Alabama band, baby.
we are huge. Like we're either Alabama or Tennessee all the time, and
Oh
then
damn.
sometimes Carolinas. Um,
Yeah,
very
they would be
rarely.
sprinkled in.
Dude, we're like never local though. It's all good, but it's like
No Florida.
no Florida.
Okay.
The I used to play with USB with Duma.
Yeah.
Um, and that was like an Atlanta like only band. Like we were playing at
Oh,
just
that's
like the
dope.
hotels there all the time.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, dude, corporate life.
Oh,
you
dude,
know,
it is nice though to kind of get that little reset of like, oh shit, I'm going to somewhere sick this weekend.
dude,
If you
honestly,
do
like
have the time to chill there.
I feel it because we haven't had, a gig in a minute just because it's that, what we were talking about earlier of like there's no
Right.
it's the dead months, but
Yeah.
we're playing again Saturday. I forget where exactly, but I'm like I'm more excited about it than I normally am because I think when you get like at least for me when I first started doing it, I was super like into it because it was my first like one of my first more consistent like paying gigs where I'm like out of school and I'm making money as a drummer. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take this super seriously. And then you do, you know, 400, 500 weddings,
Yeah,
and
bro.
you're like, dude, I don't want to do this. But then you don't do them for a while, and then like they can be fun, you
Oh, they
know.
can.
They're not usually the most fun gigs, but they can be fun.
Yeah, they can be super fun.
Yeah.
Usually a lot of it, it's kind of just like anything. It's like all the work leading up to it is what it is. that's like the more draining part. You know, just as far as like the travel, even like you were saying, if you got a 6 a.m. bus call and then it's like, fuck, dude, I got to bounce around in this van for 6 hours. And then,
Dude, yeah. It's
then we
funny
have like
too.
a seven
Sorry.
hour window to not do anything once we have to be done sound checking. And if you're in the middle of nowhere, you know, it's like, what the
Yeah. Dude,
that's why
that's
I'd
the
take
worst.
cases of beer, bro, and we just get fucked up.
Dude, honestly, like it's so funny too, because the same token of like when you have the gigs, you don't want them. When you don't, you want them. But like
Hmm.
same with learning music. It's like I don't want to learn songs, dude. Like I got other shit I want to do. And then if I don't have to learn songs, I get to the gig and I'm like, dude, it's the same fucking set list. I'm so bored. Like
I
it's like
know.
one of those like I don't want to learn them, but then you're bored. So
Yeah.
it's just a certain type of gig, man, that like I mean, drummers who haven't done it should do it. It's a good
Oh, for
experience.
sure.
Um,
Oh,
it's
it's a
definitely a
tight
good
ass
experience.
experience. Like how you said, I can kind of echo that. Like how I got out of school and it was like one of the first like good paying. And then like I got to run the computer eventually and run like
Mm-hmm.
all the whole show essentially. Like once homeboy trusted us that he could go back with like the main band
Right.
and like knew we could handle our shit. Uh, but that was like crazy, dude, because it was all on a click and all to tracks and the bass. There was no bass player, so it was all on the tracks, dude.
Oh shit. Was
So
that
like,
wasn't 5 star, right?
no, that was the they were called. Oh man, what was the name of Underground Social Club? And then their bigger brother band is Atlanta Party Band.
Okay.
The keyboard player is a dope dude. He's a badass dude. He was super cool. I think Michael Baccarella left 5 star to play with them.
That would sound right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn,
because
dude,
dude, they
that's
were
a
like
name I haven't
flying.
heard in forever.
Oh, he's a ripper, dude. I haven't heard from him since he bounced from that, but he's incredible, bro. That
Oh,
guy's
he's
crazy.
so good, dude.
Yeah, he's crazy good. But he was like, I think they were like flying in places, and he didn't have to like set up anything. And I think they were already doing fine when I
Damn.
worked with them in like 2013, you know. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
that's what I mean. Is then like, but I played. Oh, what's that place? Like Watercolor, Florida. I'm sure you've played there.
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, dude, I'm sure. Like, if I sent you a picture of that place, I bet you played there. Well,
Dude,
no,
I
you didn't say
haven't.
Florida. My bad. My
No,
bad.
I don't. I haven't
Alabama,
really
then.
played a ton, and I definitely, dude, Alabama. If you sent me some venues, I
Iron
bet you.
City. Iron City,
Yeah, yeah,
dude, dope venue
dude. I Man, there's so many Alabama ones too, and Tennessee, dude.
and
We
all.
do a ton of outdoor stuff too,
Yeah,
though.
we did that a lot as well.
Yeah.
It was either like a dope, like kind of country club or like a hall type thing, or like
Some of these
outside.
venues, man. Like
Oh, dude, some of these venues are insane.
some of the weddings I show up to, man, I'm like, somebody's dad's got hella bank to pay for this.
Uh, insane amounts of money.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
guys fucking love your kids a lot, or you're just crazy flexing on me right now, bro.
Those assholes loving their kids, dude.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? What the hell is like? What the fuck is this? Yeah,
Well,
that
what
was
do you?
cool. Like we would do like in that first band I got from, we did like some weird Olympic thing, and then like more like lawyer parties
Okay.
and more like random dude, like on the rooftop of some crazy ass building in downtown Charlotte. Like gigs like that were sick, where it's like you see the whole skyline when you're
Yeah.
playing the whole 4 hours,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
Yeah.
bro, this
That
is
shit's
dope.
awesome. I've
This is
honestly
dope.
the parties and events are way more fun to me than the weddings. Um,
Yeah, because like even if it is like a fun, it's still a wet. So it's like the
it's
stuffiness is
still a
still
wedding. Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It like there's still the formality of it where you can't just like full send and like,
Exactly. Yeah,
eh,
dude. I
yeah.
feel that. Yeah. Well, what are you doing besides what have you been doing playing wise besides corporate or like or even just like drum wise? Like what are you playing? Are you just at home? Are you gigging? Are you I know you're teaching a
Uh,
lot. But
yeah, we're teaching. I'm teaching a bunch, and then like we played a bunch, dude. And then Uh, yeah, I've just done like some random stuff here and there. Like I went and helped my homie with some drum tech crap,
Okay.
which is chill. Like in Buford, it was just like outside, like an outside gig, just like random clap like that. And then just trying to get more adult students like out of my house, but trying to get people to freaking follow through, bro, with stuff
Dude,
like that.
feel that, man.
Yeah, man.
I've gotten messages before where people are like, dude, I can't wait. Let's do this. And I'm like, I'll ask them like, well, what do you want to do? This and that. And then they're like, oh man, actually, I'm
I
like,
know.
I get it.
Yeah. And then my roommate and I have been he's the one I toured with way back in the day. He's given me a bunch of stuff. I need to start recording, but I'm kind of soaking it up first before I just try and go and record to it.
Dude,
Uh
yeah, I feel that. I'm in the same, I got to do a session on the 12th. It's like it's like sort of like this girl I'm playing for. It's got this like indie, sort of like indie folk, but like eerie vibe.
yeah.
Um, not like hard, but there's a lot of space in it to where I'm like, it's not just a like, here's the verse and then chorus, and it's very like I'm trying to come up with the part and like play to the lyrics, but I'm just trying to like listen and kind of write some notes when I do play along to just
Yeah.
be like, all right, like this groove idea for this and stuff. But I always have a tough time coming up with if I didn't write the song, like if I didn't write any lyric, guitar, nothing like that, it's harder for me to come up with something sometimes because
Yeah.
like those studio cats, dude, that just like, all right, let's do it. And they know exactly what to play. And it's like a one take. You're like, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I know, man. It's like a different kind of just approach. Like almost just like not so may I don't know, chained down by maybe overthinking maybe. Cats like that, you think they just hear it and they're like, fuck it, I know that sounds good, so whatever. I'm
I
gonna
think
play
that's
it.
what it
Like
is.
that's what
Cause
sounds good because it's in my head and that's what I should play type shit. I mean, like the John J.R. Robin, like those level of guys, they gotta
yeah,
be.
dude, I've been diving into Rich Redman,
Oh,
who's
bro,
he's
yeah.
dude, like
I
the
don't like Jason Aldean or anything, but he's a
no,
ripper,
no,
dude.
same, but dude, his like he has one of the heaviest grooves that I've heard like in a really long time. Like it is just the placement of everything
Yeah,
is it's so pro is like the only way I can describe it. Like, and I've seen videos of him more instructional based where he can rip, like he can play like Latin and he can play like all these genres and well, unconvincing. But
yeah,
his placement of his notes, dude, like when I'm like listening to just even the simple, like he calls them like money beats or something. They're like your standard, you must know on the 16th note grid, kick
yeah,
drum, like that thing. It's like but how consistent he has them and stuff is like it's a little it's jarring, dude. It's like you're so good and so like uh unrecognizably good. You know what I mean? Where it's
yeah,
like most like people are just hearing it and hearing how good it is because he sounds good. But drummers, like when you like if you listen to him, his placement and his pocket are like very hard to come close to, dude. Like I've
yeah.
tried and it's just hard. It's hard.
Oh, that guy's insane, man. I always loved his setup.
Yeah. He's got like a
Eh,
24 kick or some shit, dude.
Yeah, beefcake. Because I think I've
Yeah.
only seen more of like the instructional stuff you were mentioning,
Yeah. Yeah.
rather than like diving hella into like bands or artists he played for. But I was
I
always
just watch him
impressed by him.
play.
Like, oh shit, dude.
Dude, I'll just
Like,
watch some of his like concert video, like of like live with Jason Aldean. I'm like, I don't even like the music, but like the conviction he plays with is something that I like. It's definitely inspiring where he feels every note he plays, dude. Like down to every 16th where you're like, fuck, dude. Like
yeah.
he's got it.
See, I
But
know we're both Carter boys, so it's
oh
not
wait.
like we were ignorant to groove, like growing up and shit. Obviously, we love like groove with spice on top.
Dude, yeah, I mean he's another one where it's like they're so even his placement of things, man. Like he's I always say it, I'm like, he's the only, and a lot of people do, but he's like the only drummer who can get away with the amount of notes he plays, because I think the band lends itself to it, but also like he's so slick with it. And like, you notice he doesn't like, I mean, he uses rudiments, but he like uses none. He uses like singles, doubles, and the fucking herta, and like that's it.
Dude, right?
And his
You just
vocabulary is like
described,
endless.
oh man, his syncopation on that all his hi-hat parts. That's why I'm always just like, man, like the longer you play, like the more you appreciate groove is kind of where I was bringing him up for, is because, you kind of get obsessed with all the other shit, but then it's like the longer you play, it's just like if you learn and play music a long time, it's like drums were always at the front when you're like listening for that as a kid when you're learning and absorbing all the
For
time.
sure.
But now it's like where you're at, it's like, okay, now the drums are actually like in the mix where they should be. And that's why I think like the groove is more essential as you play longer, or more important, or like more valid, I guess, in the argument of like less is more, in that
Dude,
respect.
it's a placement thing. I mean, because when you learn and shit, you just want to use it. But then when
Yeah.
you like, you have it, like it's also like, I don't know, even when I'm teaching, it's like, okay, if I'm gonna, like, let's say if I teach a 6 stroke roll, it's like, or I guess a Swiss six, whatever you want to call it, but like,
Yeah.
what there's two parts to that. There's right, left, left, and left, left, right. So like, why not learn all of it and half of it so you can use the parts of it you want when you need to, rather than
Yeah.
just like, let me throw this in there. Like, and I think that's like where he's so good, because he does just throw it in there, but it's never
Yeah.
just like thrown in there. And
Yeah.
it's so clean that it's like, it is sometimes it's too much, but you're also just like, you don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. It's
like
like a lot of times in those live albums, I remember growing up, and he just ripped those Hertas for like fucking a minute and a half straight. I'd just be like, God damn, bro.
dude
He's
in the
going in
band,
on
bro.
that thing. And then once I learned what he was playing, I was like, oh, sick. This is fucking sick. And then I just
Dude,
copied him, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
I do the
Like,
same. I did when I learned that, like he did, like, was it this like the cymbal tom snare pull up,
yeah.
like that. Like when you learn that as a kid, it looks so much sicker than it even is. Like,
Oh, I know.
you know,
Like the
or the like,
showmanship of him. Yeah, all his cool tricks, man.
dude.
But
I
his hi-hat work is insane. Like that's a challenge to any drummer is like, bro, go fucking try and like syncopate your shit like that dude does.
you
And the
can't,
accents and everything like you were saying.
dude. You
Like
can't. He's unique with it. I mean, that's the thing, is you can learn it, but his
his
brain, the way he
feel.
does it with me. And I saw him. I've seen them like 5 times, 6 times probably.
Yeah.
I saw one of the times I saw them like 5 to 10 rows out in
Mm-hmm.
like the pit, and
Sick.
I was like watching him that close, being like,
Yeah.
and he was like, this was only like 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
he was, I think, like 3 years ago. So he's almost 65 now, if not. So he was in his early 60s and like looked and sounded the exact same. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, he sounds perfect still. Like, and I
Popping the
hear him
bubble
fuck
gum
up
and
live, and he doesn't even, you don't even like, dude, yeah, they're just so. That's a band overall that's like, chemistry is on a different level.
yeah.
Because I've seen them mess up live, and you don't notice. Like, Dave will
The
make up a
recovery.
verse on the spot, or Carter will do a fill, and all of a sudden they know. And like, they change their set list every night too. So it's like, how do you remember? I mean, they got like nine, what is it, 10 records or something? Eight,
Oh,
10
dude.
records. So how do you
They got
remember
a
all that
lot.
shit? And then you change it up every night on tour. Like, yeah, man, he's been in my, he'll forever be on my like Mount Rushmore, you know.
Oh yeah, me
But
too.
he's been
Just
like,
because
since I was like a kid, just up
oh yeah.
like my, yeah, just
Yeah, because they were like the first band I went and bought with like my own money was Crash. And
so good, dude.
yeah, bro. And like Carter was my guy from like probably like when I started learning like 9 to like high school, dude. I was fucking obsessed, dude.
Same, bro. Honestly, even through
Yeah.
high school, my dad's best friend was my drum teacher for a while, and
Yeah.
he taught me
That's
like
badass.
on and off when I was a kid, like randomly. When I was a kid, dude, my ADD was too off the charts. I just played the Dave records, and I was like, "Nah, I'm pro already. fucking
Yeah.
sounds like shit, But like, and then in high school, I like studied with him. But my dad and this guy both call me Carter, like to this day as a joke, like
That's
because
awesome,
I
man.
was just always like Carter Beauford, Carter Beauford, Carter Beaufort. Like, and they're like, yo, there's other drummers. I'm like, no, there's not,
No, there isn't,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
because I
always,
like
dude.
the teacher I had the Buddy Rich Essential book, whatever the hell that title was,
Mm-hmm,
the purple cover.
mm-hmm.
And so I only heard, like Buddy Rich and like John Bonham was like it in my head. And then like once I found Dave and then Carter, I was like, oh,
So
Carter's.
fucking good, dude.
And the open hand always blew my mind, dude. And
It's so unique at that time. I mean, now other people are doing it, but like
yeah,
to be a right foot, because he's right foot lead, like he plays his kick with his right foot,
yeah,
and then the open hand, dude. That shit is just what. That's why though that because his ride and hat are right here, so he can just like ping pong between them with whatever little bits he wants to do, man.
yeah.
But the
Dude,
musicality, dude.
oh, his musicality is insane. And funnily enough, my mom would like this is back when libraries would have CDs. You could go rent a fucking CD,
Yep.
and she got like I think it was either Chick Corea or maybe Return to Forever, but I know it was Lenny White on drums, dude. And it's just funny that I fucking love that shit even as a little kid, and he's open handed, and I had no idea he's open handed. And then like
Dude.
Sput, dude, Simon
But
Phillips,
yep.
bro, like
Yeah.
Simon was so crazy to me
He's
when I
so
found
good,
him.
dude.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, well, I think, dude, I mean, I think having, it's one of those subconscious things, I think, where like, just due to the ergonomics of it,
Make you
it's
play
almost,
different.
yeah, it's impossible to sound the other way. Exactly. So, like,
Yeah,
subconsciously as a kid, you might have just been like, you don't know, but you're like, oh, that's due to the placement of that. His left hand is hitting that at a weird time or something,
yeah.
whatever it is. Um, and that shit, I tried it for a minute, and then my dad's like, dude, don't wasting your fucking time. Like, just be playing how you play. But that was in my real Carter phase, where I was like three up top, two down,
Oh
right on this
yeah.
side, like tried to match the Chinas, like tried to. Um, Now I don't do any of that shit, but I
Dude,
got
it's
one
too
up
much
now,
shit
dude.
to move.
Yeah, it is, dude. It is.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
what
I
always tripped
yeah.
me out when he had that little extender and he had the fucking double China Carter, but they were still
Yo,
close enough that they cling together.
I know.
I just remember being a little kid and being like, he has two Chinas and they just hit each other. Like, what?
Dude, all the splashes and shit he had too, man.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
all
dude.
stacked like that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he's definitely like that under the table and drumming DVD. I think I burned a hole into like watching that shit, dude.
Oh man.
Like I even learned those. I remember like listening to the record versions and like mouthing or singing the DVD drum parts because he'd play them like a little different. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh fuck, it's not in that one. It's in that
it's not
one.
the
Like
same.
I just learned it so much. But dude, who else lately have you been? Because I recently got back into Carter. I always loved him, but like someone just uploaded a full concert drum cam of him,
I think
and
that's what I watched recently,
yeah, it's
right?
like they're in
And it's like
Camden.
literally right next to him, right?
Yep, yep,
Yes.
yep. So that venue was the first time I ever saw them at that venue.
Oh,
Because
word.
that's Jersey. So I saw them there. I was like, I think I was like 14 or 15. Um, but
At
I watched
Camden,
that DVD
right?
in Camden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did watch
Um,
that. Yeah.
so
Oh, he's
fucking good.
nasty, dude. That's why he
But
was in my brain again too. That's funny.
yeah, the same. So who else lately have you been like? I mean, I know you're a huge Gavin guy. I know you're a huge Carl dude from um was it Leprous?
Oh, Bard? Board?
Yeah, Bard.
Yeah, I love that dude too. I kind of go through phase. I haven't been into to Board and them late. Like it's
Back in the
very
yeah.
what's the word? How you describe that homegirl's music you're with? It's like a dark and ethereal kind of mood. So you kind of got to be ready to listen, like in
Yeah, I
that
guess what
headspace.
drummers are you feeling that lately?
Yeah, dude, I've been like so obsessed with like the Jamiroquai dude, bro. He's a
Dude,
lefty. Like Jamiroquai is one of my favorite. Dude, I need to see them, but they never come to America.
No.
They're playing all in Europe this fall, and it's like, yeah, bro. Like, I would love to see them. But no, that's just more kind of like all around, like chill kind of. But like the musicality behind, bro, like they're fucking killing.
Oh, they're burning.
Dude, like that bass
Yeah,
player, especially, and that's what I mean. Like the longer that I played, and then especially going through aim and shit, and then like recording side too. It's like the drums sit where they should now to me, how I hear music, instead of
sure.
like as a little kid and my whole life they've been in
Just
my
drums.
just
Yeah.
drums,
Dude, I was probably the last thing I listen to anymore.
right?
Like
Same.
especially with like the illustrate like by one band, I write a lot of the lyrics and sometimes music for. So
Yeah,
like as that's as that being a craft to work on, like I initially listened to like lyrics and like form and like things like that. And or honestly, dude, I listen primarily like lead guitar parts are
yeah,
like they're like my weak spot. Like all the bands I love, like I love listening to like what the lead line is doing and stuff. It's just like I don't know why, um but yeah, dude, I gotta dive into the Jamiroquai's drummer because I know he's fucking good. What's his name? I don't even know his
oh dude, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but there's a sick video of like I think it's Yamaha, because they're all Yamaha guys, and it's like a Yamaha whatever promotion video that's like an hour or something of them doing like in studio shit. And then I've just watched tons and listened to tons. Like he's slick with it, man. They're all
Send me
slick
some
with it.
shit. Send me some like moments or some songs where you're like, yo, because I mean,
Yeah.
all I've heard is tight, but I haven't like dove into it.
Yeah, I mean he's like definitely groove. I mean, you probably it'll be more of that regard where you're like, "Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of it. That's kind of like an interesting like accent or, you know, like some
Sure,
hi-hat bark type
sure.
lines where you're like, "Oh shit, bro." And
Yeah,
it's like cooking, you know.
fuck yeah.
But
So
no, I've
who?
listened to. I'm trying to think of like drummers. I've been more into bands like Deer Hunter.
Yeah, yeah.
Since you write lyrics and stuff like that, that's probably a cool
Mhm.
question. Like, where do you draw a bunch of inspiration from? Just because a bunch of the bands I listen to are like a concept
Sure.
band where they have like a definitive story that they've already set out that they're gonna
Yeah,
tell
for
to
like
you.
the whole. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
not all the bands I listen to, but that band in particular, they have their
Yeah.
offshoot albums where they don't have it related to their main storyline, but then they
Sure.
have like their whole storyline album.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I
Oh,
don't do that as much, but I do like I kind of pull from a lot. I mean, obviously artists that I consistently listen to, but I feel like I also have like a category like same with drumming. It's like I most of the 99% of the time the music I'm listening to, let's say 90% of the time the music I listen to is not drum forward or drum heavy at all.
yeah,
It might not be boring drums, but it's not going to be like, yo, this drummer from this band is known for being in that band.
yeah,
Um, so when I want to listen to like get inspired musically and drum wise, there's like certain people or bands I'll put on to just be like, I don't even like to listen to this, but it's so insane that it makes me like annoyed with myself to go practice.
yeah,
Um, Kind of same for like music. I mean, a lot of the like the artists that I do listen to a lot are in their own right like storyteller esque, but there's a dude Steven Wilson Jr. who's like a country guy who's kind of blowing up. He's probably, in my opinion, like I think he's in the top five. I'll say like lyricists of the last like long
oh
period.
wow, dude, I gotta
Um,
check him out. When
Dude,
you were saying
he's
Steven Wilson, I was like, oh shit, no, but
I
Junior.
know, yeah, Steven Wilson Jr. So
Oh yeah,
he's like his whole record is called Son of a Dad, and it's his dad died. It's all about like life and certain things, but he's so good at taking like things everybody experiences and then the way he writes about them makes you not only feel them but also like you can tell he's smart, like so it's because there's very on the nose and there's very abstract, and then for me right in the middle is where it's like perfect, where you know what they're talking about but the lines hit hard.
yeah.
So he's a big one for me, but
Oh, I'll remember that name. That's easy to
yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah,
I'll
dude,
be
he's
able to
super
check him
sick.
out.
But I mean, all over, dude. I mean, I'm like a fangirl of Kings of Leon. I think they're underrated. I mean, I don't like their two big hits, but like their other shit, like their old shit is sick. Like the third. I'm gonna send you a song from a third record. Their drummer is also criminally underrated. Like he
Oh, he's
plays,
he's a good drummer, dude.
dude, he plays some super sick creative parts. But I don't know. I like storytellers. Like I like John Mayer for lyrics a lot. I don't listen to him all the time, but people who can like take lines and where you hear like a line and you just go like fuck. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I love that, you know.
Me too.
But I don't, yeah, I listen to so much different shit. It's hard to say. Marcus Mumford's another big one, dude. Mumford and Sons. Like I don't love all their music. But as a writer, like
Yeah.
fucking crazy, dude. He has some lines in there. I'm like, damn. So
Yeah, a lot of people, that's why it's kind of interesting if you just describe them as like different lens that you're just looking through for like what you're trying to get out of that band or that listening experience. I think that's what all music is anyway, basically. But
dude,
like how your
100%.
mood is,
Yeah. Well, they
it's
also say when you put it out, it's not yours anymore, you know?
yeah.
So, like, it's all up for interpretation.
Yeah. You either
All of
like it
it.
or you don't.
Yeah,
So,
dude. Um,
but no, now that you brought up Bored, dude, I gotta listen to that fucker again. I did actually.
he's so good, bro.
Well,
He's
actually,
so
no.
fucking
Since you and I have broed out, I've definitely he has another band called Rendezvous Point,
okay.
and I got like way into them
Are
actually.
they similar vibe or is it more?
Yeah, it's still like prog, definitely, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's not. It's it's not the same.
He's so good,
It's
man.
more like straightforward, even though it's still prog.
That's cool though. I'd send me some of that because I would probably. I didn't love his other band, but I'd probably like that more.
Yeah, most people
Um,
either make or broke by the singer.
okay, so yeah, then send it to me because I'm always interested by that type of shit.
Yeah, with them
Yeah.
and like Leprous. And that's like a lot of the prog bands, in my opinion. It's like, dude, you're gonna get it's either the singer or yeah.
It is. Well, because at a certain point too, like all the riffs are cool, but it kind of bleeds together, you
Hmm.
know, where it's like, I mean, how rhythmically creative can you really get anymore? You know, I mean, it's fucking all been done. And honestly, any rhythm we come up with, like India's done it better. So,
Oh yeah, I know.
like, dude, they're those like, it's like they're so ridiculously good,
Hella. That Trilot Gertrude cat, bruh.
dude. Different
That ca-
language, man.
Oh yeah, it's insane. My one student gave me this instrument. I haven't messed with it enough, dude. It's down in my basement. Oh, what the hell is it called? I should know the name of it. It starts with an M. It's a Indian hand drum, but it's so hard to play.
I bet.
Like I got humbled so fast. He's like, "Yeah, you got to do this, this, this," and I was like, "Nah." I was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna practice on this thing."
Dude, with the what is it, tablas and all that? Like, dude,
Yeah,
sometimes they make them like from what I've heard, you learn like they make you like if you study with like certain masters, they you don't even touch the instrument for like a year or two. You learn the whole language and how to say it, and then you apply it.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's how drum teachers used to have to do it, man. I know we don't have to teach like, or that we. I mean, I don't know anybody in today's world that just puts kids on a pad for a
I
fucking year. Like
I
you
do
wouldn't have
not.
any students, right?
You wouldn't, dude. And that's the thing. It's like the attention span is so um dude, I mean, the thing that I try to do the most that I found works a lot is like especially, and this was all ages. Is if you take like a rhythm, so like I would just pull anything out of New Breed, right? Like
Yeah.
good old New Breed, right? But
Oh,
like
dude, the Holy Grail.
basically the Holy Grail, but it's like four things you run it through. It's like can you like play 4/4 or play four on the floor and then play like so basically it's all based on like eighth notes, let's say. So you play like four on the floor and then your left hand does the snare the rhythm on the snare. And
Mm-hmm.
then you swap that and
Yeah.
then you can do it as a beat, but then I take the same rhythm and make it a fill. So
Yeah.
using vocab there, you know. So it's like, oh, if it's dotted eights, it's like, well, you could go put it, like things like that. But all of a
Right.
sudden you took a half hour on one rhythm, but they learned language in 30 minutes rather than here's this random groove, random fill. If they're not paired together, you're not going to know how to play them together. It makes no sense, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so at least like for my students, you know, like when I have students who are into it enough to like
Yeah.
actually do that, it's proven to be beneficial. But it's hard, dude. I mean, nobody, even me, like anybody now, attention span because of these things. You don't have one. No one has one anymore.
I know. It's
Even practicing,
non-existent.
dude. Like I struggle practicing, dude, to like keep focused just because you mess up once and then you're like noodle time and
Oh, dude,
but
hella.
what are you practicing? What are you working on?
Lately I've been so basically I try to get out of my own way a lot of the time. Like once I find I start playing all the same shit again,
Mm-hmm.
I just try and get out of my own way. So I got like hella obsessed with like Swiss sixes, like you said. So I stopped myself from doing those a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of disappeared and morphed into paradiddles. And so I kind of got out of those. And then I was way too abusing right, left, left kick. I still do it all the time. And then the right, left, left
You
kick
you do
vocab.
love that one, dude. Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, all
Now that you say
those.
that. Yeah.
All those are like, and shit like that, I tried to just like get the fuck away from. So I've actually been trying to go through that Gary Chafee book a bunch again,
Nice. Okay.
which that book sucks, bro. It's so hard.
It does suck, but
It's
it's
hard,
good.
man. But it sends you down new routes, like you were saying, turn into a beat, turn them into fills. Okay, now play the cymbals with them. How does this sound?
Dude,
And it's like, dude, you
absolutely.
can sound so different, like immediately, man.
Dude, I've been trying to pick like I try to practice like an hour and a half a day if I can, you know.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good, dude.
I try, if not, if I get 30 to an hour, I'm like lasered in for that time, try to be.
Yeah.
But dude, I've just been doing like I picked like 4 or 5 avenues and then found a resource for them. And like I've
Mm-hmm.
been doing that. Like I wrote out a whole like cleanup sheet for triplets and sixteenths. So
Sick.
it's like all the right hand versions, like any two partials of the triplets and eighth notes, and then
Nice.
every combination of like 2 hands, 1 foot, and then 2 feet, 1 hand. So
One
it's like
hand shit.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
doubles across it. And like I've done that and I've done the same for sixteenths. So I did like like the three main 16th ostinatos, the one E and one anda, and then the E anda. Those ones are
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
I haven't gotten to
Oh,
those
the
yet, but
Eandas are hard as hell.
dude, they're so fucking hard. But
Yeah.
basically, like I noticed, like when I'm playing and improvising or trying to groove and improvise, like there'd be those hiccups of like, okay, I want to play 3 notes here, but that E on the left hand's fucked and it'd
Yeah.
flam or whatever. So like I've been doing those like slow too. Like I've been doing them for about a week and I
Yeah.
just now got into like 90 BPM range because I
Nice.
can do them faster, but I don't want to. Like it's not a speed goal. It's a
It's to
cleanup
not have
goal.
them feel choppy. Yeah.
It's not feel choppy, get the coordination. And then I've been doing a book. I went back to Future Sounds a little bit.
Oh, that
Um,
book's awesome.
I fucking love that book, dude. And I
Yeah.
play all those, like all the hi hat ones as that, but then ride and step time. But
Oh, nice.
I've been mainly doing as well for vocab this book. Um, fucking what's it called? It's called Glue Stickings by James Murphy, and he's
Oh,
a
that guy's crazy.
dude. Oh
I
my
follow
god!
that
And like
guy. The Berkeley
the
cat.
dude, the book is great, and it's like for building vocab, it's just you take stickings and you run them through. You step eighth notes and you run them all the way from eighth note triplets to 30 seconds. But it's again getting you out of random shit. It's like here's this piece of vocab that I can now say four
Yeah.
ways. So
Yeah.
I've been just doing all that shit and I've been trying to do it. And like, dude, it's felt like when you sit down, I like feel confident where I'm like, I feel like I can like play again.
Yeah.
like, you know,
Oh man, hell yeah. Because if you don't stay on your hands, they go, boy.
they go
They go.
too fast.
Yeah, they go hard. Yeah, actually, now that
Yeah.
you brought that up, I have actually been doing the step and then the 2-3 or the triplet, and then just like trying to do different kick patterns and snare patterns, but doing it open so my left hand's on the hi hat. So
So
and then
you're doing
stomping with your left foot on the numbers.
so
Yeah, but your
dude,
left hand's on the hi hat though.
oh, so you're playing
Open.
shit.
Yeah. and I've done it all right handed, but the what I'm focusing on now is more the left hand side.
Is that just to clean up your left, or are you trying to move over into like leading with your left more?
It's just actually inspired by like, oh man, like that Tame Impala shit, dude, where he has the triplet sequence going, and then the fucking toms like right before the snare, and then like right after,
Dude, that
and if you alternate, there's like, no, I'm not. And so how am I gonna
no.
figure this out? So I kind of utilized the Gavin Harrison cheat stomp followed by the two hands, and
Yeah,
that's kind of how I've been approaching it. But how you're talking, like even playing a groove, and then like, okay, now I'm gonna go like cha cha, and now it's like, oh fuck, now I gotta figure that out. And then if I
dude.
change my bass drum, now I gotta figure that out. And now if my right hand wants to play like a eighth note triplet on top of the groove, or like a quarter note triplet, whatever, on top of the groove, now it's oh shit,
It's so
bro. Now
complex,
it's
dude.
like a
That
bunch of other things to figure out.
I know. That's why I'm doing the like, the I would say regardless of what I get to practice, I at least make sure I do those triplets like daily or there's the 2 pages of the cleanup.
Yeah,
I do one triplet, 1/16th, and I have 3 sections for each page.
nice.
Um, because there's like the first two trip, second, third, first, third, and then
Yeah,
same for all the 16th stuff. So like I'm only doing one trips or number trip, and then I'm
yeah.
doing only one and as well right now. I haven't even gotten to any of the other
Into
ones on
the
the other
two
page.
trip.
I can already play everything on the sections I'm on, but am I rushing or am I like I noticed I had a habit of like I don't know if you've ever done this, but I think I didn't because I didn't have this control. It's like I can play these, but do I have good control?
Yeah.
The my I would curl my toes when I would do my kick drum. Like
Mm-hmm.
and it would put tension in my leg rather than ball of your foot and letting your leg whatever. I'd be like
Yeah.
trying to like and then they wouldn't come out or then I'm off balance or then I'm tensioned here so then I'm tensioned here and like so I'm just doing them slow to just control and like control that's it just
Yeah.
to have that. And it does wonders, dude. It does wonders because even when you like if I'm playing 16ths and I want to throw something in that's like one e and I now can do whichever one of those little blocks I want to thrown in there and I can actually fucking play it,
Yeah, exactly.
and use it.
And have it come
Uh,
out.
yeah, because otherwise it felt like I did all that shit at AIM, but it was like
Yeah.
it was it was to know how to do it, not to utilize it as much. It's just like here's independence. It's like okay, cool, I got this independence, but you also had a short amount of time on
Yeah.
top of everything else to make sure you could play it, where you're not really like sitting there like feeling every boom 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 but like you're not feeling that.
Yeah.
You're just kind of doing it so
It's more like a face value or like just the front, in the aim experience, so you're just under the gun. So yeah. Like you're getting it, but you see the value in it, but you haven't put yourself through the steps to absorb like
no
the total value of what you get out of it. Like you're saying. It's like, okay, I can't go faster than 70 BPM this whole fucking week.
right and
No.
it's like I could play them at 110 maybe but
Yeah.
can I loop it at 110 for a minute can I pick one of them out from my brain not looking at it and make a statement right now because I want to without it starting to flam again or without it coming out to where I'm because what I noticed is I would be improvising, I'd be soloing or whatever, or grooving, you try to do something. And unless it was like in my set bag of tricks I played a million times, it was like there was stutters.
Yeah.
It wasn't fluid. It would be fluid with like a fluid, and it wouldn't be out of time, but it'd be like, all right, I hit the trip here on the kick, but I wasn't used to hitting the let ghost note after it, which is
Yeah.
then putting an eighth note gap in my playing, which then makes me sound like I'm an idiot. So, yeah,
Dude, it is funny with solos because like a few of mine I do pretty much the same, but then like the coolest ones I ever played was when Like I made it a point like that whole night to just be like, don't think when you play them. But then like in general, I'd always think, bro. But yeah, like some of the coolest ones just that I can remember would be like that I actually pulled it off. I think I was listening to Vinny that week, and then he just said some shit like, I never think like the second you stop thinking flow is gone. And then I try, yeah, man. There's only been a
Dude.
few where I feel like I was like flawless, where I was like, oh, dude, that was like a sick ass
Yeah,
solo.
I was saying. Wait. So he was saying that like if you think you fuck up, essentially,
Yeah, essentially, like the flow is gone the second you're starting to think. If you're trying to flow, bro, you aren't thinking when you're talking. I
dude.
mean, and I
Man,
mean, like in a
that
natural just conversation, you know what you're saying, like you aren't thinking about the words you're choosing when you're responding is more so the way to phrase that. Like, not initially, you are, but like you aren't sitting there oh, I need to go to this part of my vocabulary to access this verb needs to be right
right.
next to, you're not arranging it that way because you know the language well enough where you can just express yourself because you know
That's
the
yes,
language well enough.
the
So
language of it, dude. I mean, well, dude, for me, the thing is, I'm I'm usually not unconfident. Like I usually like I know what I can do and stuff, but then there's
yeah,
stuff where I'm like, oh, I know I can't. But it's soloing when there's a crowd is I always have a really hard time putting a a block between myself and the fact that there's an audience. If I'm improvising at home and I'm playing,
yeah,
I can flow. I mean, everybody says it. I can flow for a long time, and with vocab and thought out vocab and not thought out vocab, and it all makes sense.
yeah,
And then the minute I get in front of a crowd and it's time to solo, I think that's also part of the wedding thing is I'll solo over like funky music, right?
yeah,
And I love it because it's just a vamp, just bum, 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 bum. There's so much
yeah,
room to do shit, but
yeah,
it's like, do I spit vocab out? Do I make a solo? Do I just keep grooving because it's a wedding and they're dancing? Like there's so many different scenarios. And when I know people are watching and listening, it
yeah,
makes me like tense up and it makes the vocab not come out and it makes me start like thinking, you
yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Makes you start thinking.
I don't know
And
how to
just because
break
you know
that.
people don't give a shit at that setting, if you're 2 hours into the wedding and it's your only solo and it's near the end of the gig and they're all hammered, it's like, dude, I can't sit here and like fluff them and butter them up with some like nasty little flam
No.
intro and use
Yeah.
dynamics and shit. It's like, hell no, they aren't gonna give a fuck. I better
No.
rip some paradiddles off my cymbals and like fucking some whatevers and some
I
two
know
over two shit and like you just start to access all that shit that you know is like cool.
it's comfy.
I
Dude,
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, because you
Well,
don't
and
know
even
who's
just cool
watching.
to the common listener, because it's kind of like you as a little kid. It's like, hell yeah, Mike Portnoy. The first time I heard that fucker, I was like, holy shit, what the
Right.
hell's?
Yeah.
It's like, hell yeah, dude, that's sick.
And then you like learn what it is and you're
And
like, you're
then
not
like
lying.
common listeners are like, yeah,
Yeah.
but then like common listeners can just identify those kind of classic type of things. So that's what I mean. And it's like, oh, if you play that in your solo, they're gonna be like, oh fuck, bro, the Bonham triplets, Peart, Neil Peart, bro, or
Yeah,
whatever,
dude. Well, the hardest part is knowing, like I said, like when to do when what to do when because
Yeah,
part of me is like, all right, odds are, most of these people aren't musicians. But
yeah,
I know some of them are because every gig you get like, well, what kind of kid is that? Oh, I play a little too, or whatever, right?
yeah, yeah,
So you want to like make the crowd have fun, but you're also you want to get done with the solo and be like, I fucking ripped,
yeah,
and like
exactly. And feel
that's the
proud of what
hardest
you
thing. Yeah,
play.
I feel proud. You've been practicing so hard, you want to use it, but it's like
Yeah,
at what point do you decipher between those? Because I know if I'm at a wedding and there's a band, I'm gonna watch the drummer because I'm a
yeah,
drummer.
same.
So, and I don't want to judge, but if it comes time to solo and all they do is bottom triplets, I'm like, well, so does every IG drummer. Like
Yeah,
what are you playing? But so then I'm in here like, all right, like not even like pull this out, but just like how do I think drummery, but also crowd wise, but also makes the musicians go fuck yeah, but also doesn't throw off the other people. It's like such a hard
yeah.
world to throw yourself into.
That's where usually if I only had like 8 bars, like in just the way my fucking categorize it in my head works with shit like that. I would always basically start pretty much open, maybe like quarter notes or maybe eighth notes, like a slow subdivision, and maybe only snare and like kick or something. And then I would
Mhm.
move maybe next cycle through. Then I would do like a 16th groove with like busier bass drum. Then the next time I do, like I give myself kind of options,
Sure.
but it's like I don't know what I'm gonna play necessarily.
No.
But then sometimes the same shit comes out within the same framework of those options where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing this fucking thing again.
Dude, that or
And
where you pull something out and it's not even contextually the right thing, but it's
yeah,
comfortable. And you're
yeah,
like, what the fuck? That doesn't even sound good. Like, what am I
yeah.
doing? Yeah, dude. I remember taking lessons with Jack, like,
Hmm.
and I remember our first lesson, it was all like conceptual. And he was just like, all right, tell me a story. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, like you have 4 bars, tell me a story. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck do you even mean? And I remember
Yeah.
doing
What are
it
you
and
talking about?
he was like, that's cool, but this wasn't convincing. And then he showed me,
Yeah.
um, because dude, that guy is like,
Oh, monster.
dude, one of my favorite drummers, man. Like
Oh
just
yeah.
has it all, like has everything. But like studying with him was just interesting, man, because even now I know that like it affected my playing a ton, whether it comes out or not all the time, but
Yeah.
it worked where he's very like theme and development or like if you have A B C, maybe you go A B A C B C A, so you're kind of like
Yeah.
alluding back to an idea. It's not just randomness, but to like have him ask you to do that and then you try it and you're like, yeah, yeah, all right, cool. And then he's like, no, hold on, and then shows you it and you're like, all right, that was a story. Mine was I didn't even open the fucking front cover. You know what I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean? Like it's just crazy. So
Yeah. And that's like
sticking with
thinking
it,
more thematically and just breaking through the barrier of not being a drummer and thinking like a musician. And that's
which
where
is
like the jazz shit, that's what broke me open to that. And then obviously I found Gargo at the same time when I went through AIM. So he broke me like hella open into that idea of like, oh, dude, this motherfucker is just playing one hand and he's playing the craziest shit. Like, what?
he's
This
so
guy's
dude.
crazy.
That's how I felt
Insane.
about Matt too, like Matt Garth. I remember seeing
Yeah, me
him,
too.
and he did at they played at the Masquerade. I think while I was at AIM or the year I got out or whatever, and he started. It was like a da 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 like one of those. But he started like da da da, and then he just went do 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 like on his kick, and he just held his hand up while his left hand was, and then he was like, "Bah," as like a fuck you to everybody. And I
Yeah.
remember as he did, because you just hear it going, all of a sudden you see his hand come up, and nothing changed sonically, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" I watched the video
Uh,
back. I was like, "Okay," and I
like,
figured
how
it
do I
out.
play this shit?
Yeah, I figured it out, but I'm like to use it and to like that's the thing. He's so goddamn good, but also he has like a chance 5 times a night to like do that with
Yeah.
people who want to hear that.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
it's
he's
just
on like he's in that echelon of like the Garagos of the world. Like Matt's crazy. Just the way he plays, man.
there is those guys themselves made me stop wanting to chase being the best, and it's not because of a lack of inspiration towards myself or wanting to get good, but it's like I could slave because if it to me it feels like it would lead me to a lifetime of dismay because
Yeah.
the amount of time, even if I were to put 8 hours a day, which I used to do like 6, if
Yeah.
I did that now, I still wouldn't be that. And even if I were really, 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 really fucking good, there'd still be these things that I'd find in their playing that I don't have in mine. That all of a sudden I'm like, well, I feel like shit again. And I'm like, yeah, but you've been practicing 40 hours a week. It doesn't matter. I don't sound like that. Rather than like, I have a voice. Why don't I just figure out how to make that fucking really good?
Hell yeah.
Um, because those dudes make you just like look at yourself and be like I remember when I met him, dude. I went with my dad, and my dad was like, "I'm way older than you, man." He's like, "You make me want to like never pick up sticks again."
Hell
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I can imagine he's making young people feel like that, dude.
dude,
Let
like
alone. Well, I
I
just
mean,
remember listening to whatever interview with him, dude, and it's like a hella old vinyl radio, and he was
mm,
already in like 30,000 hours of fucking like, dude,
yeah,
they're just light years ahead of us, bro.
dude,
And it's like you're saying, it's not like a lack of conviction over your own self, but it's just like, bro, I'm very real. Like, I rode motorcycles, all sorts of other shit. I was not in a fucking practice room from age 12 or whatever for
no,
like 10 hours a day, bro. Are you fucking
no,
no?
his discipline's
No,
off the
dude.
charts, dude. I mean, even
Like,
you see with
what
his
is it,
fitness.
16 to 24? What he
Yeah,
said? Like
yeah,
8 hours a day for eight
yeah.
years straight?
I think it was even
That's
before that,
fucking
dude.
crazy.
Because I remember he like,
Yeah.
I remember at the thing we did at the clinic I went, he was talking about how he was like, he's like 5'4", dude. He's
Hmm.
I'm tiny. He was probably to hear on me, you know.
Yeah.
And for anybody watching this who see me in person, you'd be like, God damn. But I remember when we like were there, he was talking about like he used to get, I guess, the shit knocked out of him all the time or something, because I think he grew up like in a bad area.
Oh
And
yeah.
I remember he like started learning drums, and he was like, you can beat the shit out of me, you can call me whatever you want, but you can't fucking do what I'm doing, can you? Like one of those
Yeah.
like I'm gonna make this thing my bitch so that anybody who says shit to me be like, yeah, but can you do that? Like, can you do
Yeah.
that?
Hell yeah.
And I remember him being like, I said to myself like, I'm gonna get so good they have no choice but to hire me. I'm like, fuck, dude. Well, you can have pretty much any gig you want
Oh, dude, he can get, yeah, whatever he wants. Dude, that shit with
playing with
Tigran is
T-Bone.
insane.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
I mean, anything that fool's on. I love all the Josh Dalo Victoria shit too.
Dude, it's hit for me. I mean, it's all crazy, but he got so good. His like left hand in the sneaky positions, like the
Yes.
in between
On all the
like,
stack shit, bro.
dude,
On
that
those video.
shit. What the fuck, dude?
And just his snare drum ghost note, bro. Just the way he plays, man, it's just crazy, bro.
Dude, it's
It's
powerful. It's musical. It's convincing. It's everything. I mean, him, Gergo, um, like Vinny,
oh yeah,
like I
obvious.
mean,
Yeah.
there's you could pick for days. I mean, there are, but
Yeah.
there's that like 50 drummers of the world, let's say, that are just in that bracket where you're just like, and any musicianship of like, there's that with guitar or anything, but it's
Oh
just like
yeah.
where these people that you're like you look at Derek Trucks, dude,
Oh
like
fuck yeah, that dude is in. I mean, yeah, top 50
insane.
for sure, bro.
But also you look at when he was 11,
Yeah.
like dude was still playing like that,
Yeah.
there's a certain thing that some people have sometimes where you're just like, I could, like, talent gets beaten out by hard work
Yeah.
almost every time. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say every time, because you have fuckers like that where you're like, well, I can spend 30 minutes on this to your 4 hours. And that's just
Yeah.
how my brain works,
Yeah.
like, and it's those motherfuckers that are always going to be, and you mix it with hard work. Like Matt is as dedicated as it gets, where you're like, there's no one in this generation that's even going to be able to touch him, dude. Like, and especially, and he's not even 40.
I know, man. And that's like Chris Coleman is ahead of him age wise, and
Dude,
that's who I would put ahead of him as far as like for the next generation, as far as the OG from that group.
Chris is a fucking monster too,
Because
man.
Chris is fucking crazy. And
He
that's
is
why
crazy.
it's just like a different taste. Cause then it's like, oh yeah, if you start talking about this type of drummer, then there's like this laundry list of cats. And now if
Yeah,
we're talking about this, because like Eloy is metal as fuck, but he can play everything. So
everything.
he's like in the top 50 of the young cats for sure.
I would agree, dude. I
Like
mean, dude,
Eloy's insane, man.
he's so good, dude. I honestly underrated one. So one that never gets talked about is Dave DeCenzo.
Oh yeah.
Dave
Dave is one of
DeCenzo,
my favorites. That Pearl fucking
the
green Pearl
green,
solo.
that's the best drum solo ever, dude. But
Ever.
I will stand by. Like, he's not even my favorite drummer, but drum solo wise,
Oh yeah, that's one of the best drum solos
it's
fucking ever,
alien.
dude.
That is alien.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
again, musicality, finesse, like precision, power,
Dynamics.
dynamics, everything, dude. Like he's got it all, but he
Fucking every style under the sun.
every style, dude, and across each other, like just
Yeah.
fucking so good. But dude, he's been one of my favorites. And then also, which doesn't get talked about enough, I think JP Bouvet. I'm not gonna say he's in the top 50, But as far as he's up there for me, like, and as
Yeah.
far as someone who he's also the best teacher, dude. My God, like he can explain things so well, and like his way of teaching improv is outstanding. But even like he's opened my brain up a lot to just playing style, where
Yeah.
he's someone who has so much facility and can play his ass off, but he's so refreshing because he's not in the bracket of everyone playing every note all the time. Like I can't even go on Instagram half the time, dude, because I'm also like, there's so many good people, but also y'all sound the exact same. I'm sorry. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be a hater, but everybody's chopping over a gospel track or a fucking three, four, like all that. It's like, okay, everybody's doing that shit. Like, he'll
Hella.
play shit where it's just like pause, response, like building off of a simple, like he just plays in such a musical, thought out way that it's like very refreshing to me. Like, he's been one of my favorites for a fucking minute, dude.
Yeah, I love JPV.
Like, oh, dude,
Bouvet, JP.
dude.
He's
I told
badass,
you I met
dude.
his
That
parents,
book I
right?
haven't read. Don't you have a book?
He
Doesn't he
does.
have a book?
He's got this like the psychology thing, dude. I told you I met his parents, right?
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
sick.
So we were talking about it. Yeah, he was, dude. He was supposed to be at that wedding. I'm so happy he wasn't because like I didn't want to play in front of him, dude.
Oh yeah,
But
hell yeah.
he
I'd be
they were
fucking
talking about that
fanboying
book.
and scared at the same time.
Dude, same. But his parents were cool as fuck, and they were even saying too. They were like, "Have you read his book?" I was like, "No." And they're like, "It's so good. I wanted to read it." But they were saying to me, they were like, they're like, "He's always been this way though." And they're like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "We used to like have to tell him to stop practicing because like dinner was getting cold and shit. Like he was never like
I'm like
go
not about it.
practice.
Yeah.
No, he was always just like, and he's so smart, dude. Like the way he can explain things to anybody and make them play well. And I
Yeah.
mean, he's writing a book on, or he writes a book on how to practice, like how to learn how to practice drumming, like
Yeah.
from the mental side of it. Like, dude's fucking smart. And like when you hear him play, he's musical, but his groove is fat as fuck too. Like,
Oh, he's badass, dude.
love him, dude. One of
I
my
think I
favorites.
watched that. It's hella old now, but when it came out, it was like, oh shit, he's played like when he got that call for the periphery shows and he had to go play in like 3 days and then
Dude,
he
that
shows his whole
vlog,
process. Yeah.
dude.
I was just like,
He's
dude, this guy, I already loved him before that, but then I was just like, dude, that's a fucking or like Mike Malin, the Monuments drummer, when he got that call
dude.
for that Tesseract shit, and I was just like, bro, like, no, I would never
It's
take like I would
no.
say no immediately. There's
I
no
know, and
way
that's
I'm learning. It would take like years. It's like that same amount of practice to learn like a band's set like that. Where it's
yeah.
like, dude, like I've seen them too many times. Like Jay is like, there's no way I'm learning all that shit, bro.
Jay's a beat, dude. I
Like,
think it's all like that's a genre. Like, so the guy from Monuments who learned it though, like
yeah,
his
Mike.
ear is already adapted to
Yeah,
types of rhythms like that, to where it's probably easier. But like, and I'm not discrediting anybody, but like, it's all different. I mean, dude, like you also get somebody who's used to playing in that setting, and you want them to play on a pop or a soft indie rock kind of like thing. Like, is that going to be the right choice though?
right.
Because again, like going back to Rich Redmond, can he can maybe he could, but is he going to be the guy that Tesseract's going to call?
Yeah,
No.
right, right,
But if I wrote a song right now and I go, I need a drum part, I don't know what to do, and I need it done fast. Like you
right.
call him up and it's like, bingo, I have my part. I know what to do. It sits in the song. The fills are the right parts. I'm like different people are just they're like so good in certain areas, man. And like
Oh, I
that's
know.
one that I want to get really good at because for writing parts, even it's like you don't want to overthink, but you don't want to go to like maybe just the same shit everyone else is doing.
Right.
Um,
Dude,
but
that's
I,
why
yeah,
I know I'm throwing out metal references on people, but like Devin Townsend when he had that record with three different drummers, that was insane. And
didn't
then
what's the dude 6 Samus play on one parts of it or something?
oh dude, yeah, he did all like the hella blast beat shit.
Dude, he's fucking good, man.
He's crazy.
He's really fucking
He's
good.
like hella crazy. And then that Corn record from way back in the day has Brooks Wackerman and Terry Bozzio on it. And to hear Terry Bozzio play Corn song, bro, he plays them like it's an alien. bro. It's like fucking
Dude,
crazy because it's like all the Radio China shit. He was in that era already. So it's all weird, but sick as
I
fuck.
gotta check that out, dude.
Because
Because I know
Missing
now.
Persons, I'm sure you've listened to Missing Persons, his like 80s pop
I
band that
Yeah,
he's
I know. Yeah,
I've never
seen so
like
much of.
dealt like deep dived into him. Never. I mean, I'm way more a
No,
Zappa fan, obviously, bro. But like
Vinny.
I have, yeah, and Bozy, just all the drummers.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, I've
Bozio was with Zappa too.
yeah before Vinny.
That's right.
So that's where yeah, bro. Like they're all so unique, man. That's why I'm saying it's
Yeah,
just like just like food. It's like, oh yeah, I'm hella into fucking whatever Greek food right now. And then I overate that shit. So now I'm gonna go overeat this shit. And it's
yeah,
kind of like that with drummers and
it
music.
is. I mean, same with practicing. That's why,
Yeah,
like I said, that whole cleanup thing I'm doing. It's like I've done it, but it's actually inspiring to go back to it and like
yeah,
reestablish it in your vocabulary. And like you're like, yeah, like I ate too much Greek food, but every once in a while, I still want to know what it tastes like and
oh,
be
yeah.
able
I'm
to
still
make
gonna
it.
go. Yeah,
Like so. Dude, it's all a fucking journey though, man. That's the craziest part.
yeah. And it's almost like your focus and your intent with the reason you're doing it obviously is way different in a school setting now, where you're fucking like however many years removed, and now you're just like, no, I need to do this because I need to like not have to think, do I sound good when I play a groove like this, you know? Or if I
That's
have a
yeah,
badass improv and not be afraid to improv at this tempo under this subdivision or whatever, you know?
dude. Yeah, because that's one of the things is like if I'm playing a song or I'm playing live, it's like I almost feel like there is less thinking about because you just have to do.
Yeah,
Whereas if I'm home and I'm trying to groove, it's kind of like I'm playing to a click or I'm playing to a track, but I'm not live, so there's not as much of the positive pressure. Like I feel like I groove harder live because I need to. Like
right.
whereas at home, it's like I'm practicing less groove stuff because all that makes your groove better anyway. But like the little placements of things. But like as far as just having that like fat consistent groove, it's. I mean, it is really hard to do. Like even down to the simple beats you learn. Like going
Right.
back to those. I mean, doing future sounds is all linear shit or weird shit, but it's also touches up on a lot of the like stuff you need to know how to do, like accents in different places or double kicks and only one hat with it or something like weird shit like that.
Yeah.
You just know.
When the hat's on the second bass drum and you always play it on the first bass drum, that
Dude,
shit,
yeah,
or vice
on
versa.
the and you're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah,
When you're like, dude, why is this? Oh my God. Why is
yeah.
this tripping me out so fucking,
And it's shit you like
bro.
think you already know real well. Like that's why I
Right.
did the sneaks because I was like, I've done this, but like I was running into hiccups. I'm like, let me see. And like doing it at 70 BPM for like 4 days, I'm even like, oh, it's I already feel more in control. Like I already feel
Yeah.
like, and when you've done it already, you don't have to go through the whole grueling like let me learn this all for the first time. It's just like touch up. Like but
Yeah.
I always have a tough time with that with practice, dude, because I get parameter paralysis where I'm like I want to be this good and I want to do all these things, but you can only pick this much at a certain time. And then while
Yeah.
you pick it, you're like, well, what about this one right here? No, put it back. I need to do this shit. Like
Yeah.
it's hard, man. But
Yeah, because trying to string together more creative sticking lines has been one of my goals with that, like the stick control, not stick control, but even stick control too. Just
that's
some
a
of those,
great book.
oh, it's amazing. Just some of those weirder phrases where it's like, and then I got hella lost on that Stanton Moore, Johnny Vodakovich sticking. I think it's like right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Stanton's a beast too, man. Like,
Yeah, and I went down the wormhole on that shit pretty hard. And then I have been going hella down the wormhole on all the triplets and trios shit, just right left kick shit, like super hard. And not trying to just be a Bonham triplet shit. But that's like more the Yost Nickel book
dude,
influence.
I was doing that for a fat minute, dude. I was
It's
doing
cool.
It's really cool. I got away from it a little bit because it felt a little
Systematic, so too
not even,
systematic.
you know what it
Not
was?
that. That's how it
So
felt for me.
it wasn't so systematic. It felt a little well, it's just a collection of things, so it is a little more random. But like the I'm just pointing to my book over the
Yeah.
glue sticking book that I have. Like
Hmm.
the reason I'm swapping to that is because again, like all the stuff I'm practicing is for a certain category, right? It's not just to
Right.
like practice shit. So it's like, okay, fluidity and moving around the drums. Well, this book is based for drum set soloing and it's stickings, but I always like the most bang for a buck. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to just practice a sticking. It's like, okay, this is making me put it through all the subdivisions. And then what happens is you end up taking a group of five that you practice in a group of four. And now you have a nine. Now you got to go through that. But it's kind of teaching you like how to fish, or like
Yeah.
rather than like the Just book was awesome, but it was like, okay, here's this fill. Like I practice that one. Here's the next fill, practice that one. This
Yeah.
one's
Yeah.
more like end goal. Like I'm on the first page, it's like right, left, kick, but all subdivisions and then accenting every part of the hands. And then
Nice.
I'm making myself do it all left hand lead. That's
Yeah.
not in the book, but it's because
Just
I've
to do
always
it. Yeah.
neglected. My left hand's good, like doubles are fast, but as far as like leading with it is awful.
Hmm.
So I've been doing that, but it's like that's the first one, and then the next one is I think is right, left kick. So we have right, left kick, and right, left kick, right, left kick, and then you put them together, and you have all the accents. All of a sudden, I did two patterns, but like I feel like I got like useful vocab
Information
rather
out of
than like
yeah.
here's this, here's that, and then you forget it all. Like,
Yeah.
but I am doing his moving around the kit section.
Yeah, that's a badass part. That's what I was gonna say. His shapes and then that the fold out that falls out, the
Yeah.
pull out papers with all the
Hmm.
numbers. Like those that number shit is sick, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's very reminiscent of the language of groove, or like what is language of
Right?
drumming, Benny
The
Greb.
Benny one.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just
yeah,
like it when they give me shit without any sticking or any. I mean, I guess there is like subdivision because most of that's drawn out in 16s on that little
right,
pull out handout one.
yeah,
But shit like that's cool where it's like you're not like instant because you could do the threes as fucking three left hands if you're trying to work up your left hand speed, and the
yeah,
fours could be whatever it's
yeah. It's
whatever
just,
you want, bro. Like,
but I like that shit. It makes you create your own vocab rather than just steal from everybody.
yeah,
I mean, I
and
love that shit.
that's why I like bands like Jamiroquai or fucking like the EDM shit I'll play too. Like I played hella DJ shit just because then I'll be like, okay, that fucking synth line is cooler than anything the drums are doing. So can I play the
Try
synth
to
line?
play it. Mm,
And then like you're saying, like, can I do this rudiment off of the outline of the rhythmic, or you start to fill
hmm.
in all the little glue spots
Yeah,
of
dude, that's a good
and just being
practice.
inspired by a different like instrument and being like, oh shit, that rhythm's kind of cool and not what I would have thought of to play.
Right,
Like,
right.
could I do it? Or not even could I do it, but it's like now that's my new like landscape to build on. It's like,
That's a
okay,
great
I'm gonna
practice.
match this fucking weird noise now. Like, can I integrate it now back into like the drum part? Or is it like too much? Or does it take away? Or can I even play it?
Dude,
And that's how I went down the triplet rabbit hole because like all the Tame Impala shit, I was like, bro, I know he ain't playing all this at once, obviously, but like
hell no.
the complete drum part sounds like one drummer. So I'm like, oh shit, well, how am I gonna keep this hi-hat going? And then like do 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 like all these
That's
tom
fair,
parts,
dude. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been my main reason for doing like again with everything I practice like leading towards a certain goal because like
Yeah.
it's that type of shit. Like you want to get out of doing the same shit that you do, but also like find a way to bring it back home, to
Yeah.
where it's like you're gonna use it. Like I'm doing all those cleanup things not because they're like fun or they sound that sick, but it's like when I need to use them, it's there. Or like Future Sounds is great because it's like if I need to break groove, I have the linear independence to not skip over myself, as well as
Right.
the other shit I'm doing is very coordinated, layered. So like those two combined kind of go hand in hand. And
Right.
then the other side of it's vocab, but also I'm stepping time and I'm running it through different subdivisions. So it's all kind of bleeding together. So I try to always make things like I don't really practice like here's Latin and then here's jazz and here's like
Yeah.
like how aim was like it's
Yeah.
very
Divide it up.
with a goal in mind or with like a
Right.
set purpose, and knowing whatever I'm practicing, knowing why I'm doing it. Like that's been the hugest thing for me to stay on track because I would go all over. But, you know, like you said, playing that synth line, like, can you do that? Like these stickings, it's like I'm not trying to play right, left, left kick. I'm trying to play but like I'm trying to do
Yeah.
that. I'm trying to do melodic things and just have these work without me being like, because even I talked to my dad about it, like him and I will talk drums all the time and what he's practicing and shit. And I've told him, I'm like, dude, you gotta, like, you've practiced enough rudiment stuff, enough sixes and fours and all that you need to stop thinking that way. Like, you need to
Yeah.
stop focusing on like what patterns and when, and just think about what's in here and how do I make that like happen.
Yeah.
Which is that's a journey in itself, dude.
That's a
That's a
whole damn journey.
fucking journey.
And
I mean, I'm saying that and I can't do it perfectly, you know what I mean? But
oh, dude, same here, man. I mean, I don't think anybody can. That's why we're all still playing. I
yeah,
mean, even all our heroes, bro, they're still all not satisfied. That's why they
no,
keep shredding.
it's the
But it
best
is more
part.
thinking like, even if you only have two drums, that's what's a cool journey about all the jazz trip about that of like, okay, like how can I sound like tell you a story with like, or even just taking one of those phrases when it's changing for four measures straight, and then it's like, oh, dun, 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 dun. Okay, sick. Now
Literally.
what? Now I'll fucking rockify it and just play it straight. Do, 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 do.
Yep.
Okay, it's not. It's either cool or it's not. I don't have to remember it or play it all the time, but it's like I
Nah,
can kind of say it in this slang word, and then I can say it like in the proper
that's a good
way.
way of putting it.
You know?
That's slang. I'm gonna start saying, dude, that's a good. Yeah, I'm gonna start using that shit because I remember talking to dude Chris Paproda,
Oh hell yeah,
like,
that guy's a fucking monster.
dude, him and
I love that
Zach
dude.
Zach Doobie or Zach Dubay,
Oh, that guy's fucking insane too. Yeah,
brother. Okay, those
yeah,
two
that
guys
guy's
rock.
crazy.
Dude, I remember talking to uh I was talking to Chris. I took a lesson with him and it was on like flow and all that. And I remember
Hmm.
him saying like thinking about all this as one thing, like the whole kit, right? Because everybody gets it's like, here's my cymbals, here's my snare, here's my toms. Cymbals, snare, and kick go with groove, toms go with fill, right? But like,
Right.
he's like, if I play whatever, he's like, dude, he's like, well, why would I not put this on the tom? And like now I'm playing a ride pattern on a different instrument, and now it sounds like a chop or it sounds like a this. And like,
Uh,
it's the same token of what you're talking about. It's like, okay, doing it swung, doing it straight. Or
yeah,
we talked way earlier, here's this rhythm. Can I play it this way and that way? But
dude.
dude, I love it. I love
Yeah,
it, dude. I'm deep in it again, man. I've been practicing like so much, so I could talk about drums forever.
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm like indifferently practicing. I mean, I am always practicing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of more like like I focus in on one or two things
yeah,
more so than the aim approach, like you're like where you're
dude, it's
kind
too
of
much.
spread thin. It's too much.